Good morning, children. So, welcome back to Similar Triangles. So, let's discuss the problems from exercise 8.1. Please remember one thing, similar triangles is such a topic that any triangle can be given to you, and then in any form the question can be framed using the theorems and the knowledge what you have, depending on properties of triangles and theorems based on similar triangles, and based on lines and angles properties. All these you have to prove by yourself. So it is not necessary that whatever problems we are discussing from examples and exercise from your textbook, the same will appear in the examination. No, it is not like that. So, children, please try to have a practice of thinking and applying the concepts what you have already learnt in your earlier classes. And that is very, very essential here. So don't think the same kind or the same model of the problems will be coming in the examination. You should adopt to do by yourself. But anyway, I am doing the exercise problems in order to show you how you have to think, like if the question is in the way it is given here. Okay, so that it may give you a chance to think and practice by yourself. Right? So let's see the first problem here. So let's read it. Exercise 8.1, problem 1. In triangle PQR, ST is a line such that PS by SQ is equal to PT by TR. Also, angle PST is equal to PRQ. Prove that triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. First, keep in your mind what is given. So, there is PQR. There is a line ST which is like touching PQ and PR. And it is giving PS by SQ is equal to PT by TR. From the first point itself, it is very much clear that ST is parallel to QR from basic proportionality theorem. Is it not? Or rather, you can say converse of basic proportionality theorem. Right? From converse of basic proportionality theorem, whenever a line is touching the two other sides of the triangle in such a manner that it divides the sides in equal ratios, then that line must be parallel to the third side. So, from converse of basic proportionality theorem, you can say that. Right? And also PST is equal to PRQ. For this one, let us move on to the triangle. So now this is the triangle. PQR is the triangle. Given is ST divides it in such a way PS by SQ is equal to PT by TR. So first one is given that PS by SQ is equal to PT by TR, which implies ST is parallel to QR from converse of basic proportionality theorem. From converse of basic proportionality theorem. So that means now we can say that this is parallel to this. I am not putting the arrow marks here because while solving or while copying the notes, you may think that this is already given. No, it is not given. What is given is PS by SQ is equal to PT by TR is given, and from that you are concluding that this is parallel to this. That is why I am not putting the arrow marks here, children. Right. And now what is the next point which is given to us? That PST, angle PST is equal to angle PRQ. So what is given now here? This is given. So thus we are drawing it to be the same angle. See, this represents, that means the same angle representation is given here. Right, from the first part, so that means this is parallel to this. As we have concluded from converse of the basic proportionality theorem, then you can see that this is a line parallel to this and this is a transversal. PQ is a transversal. Then angle PST and angle Q are corresponding angles. Thus, angle PST is equal to PQR. So that is what we are writing here. So ST is parallel to QR implies, right? So that is, since ST is parallel to QR, angle PST is equal to angle PQR. Why? Because corresponding angles. This reasoning is very, very important. You have to give reason why you are equating any particular thing to another one. Right. So now, but what else is also given? This is also given, that PST, it is given in the problem. We are not doing anything. It is given in the problem, is equal to angle PRQ. So already angle R is equal to angle PST, that is given. And just now we proved that these two are parallel. That means these two are corresponding. That means angle PST is equal to Q. That means angle Q is equal to angle R now. So that is what we are concluding here. So angle R is equal to angle Q. So from 1 and 2 we can conclude that, so these two angles are equal means that the sides making those angles with the base are equal. So line segment PQ is equal to line segment PR. So that implies PQ is equal to PR. Therefore, triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Clear, children? So in this, first thing is, before starting the problem itself, you should see and analyze what and what steps will lead you to the answer. That's the first one. The second one, as you are writing the steps, you should give the reason based on which you are equating one to the other. These two are very, very important in similar triangles. Without giving reasons, you are not going to score the marks. Okay, so now go through the whole problem. So wherever you get a doubt, please pause the video for a moment and then try to understand the concept what you have heard till then, and then again continue. And always every statement you compare with that, or you relate that with the picture whatever is drawn, right? That figure is also very, very important. And this kind of reasoning is required in this. So take a screenshot and copy this one, the problem and the picture. Now moving on to the second problem. In the given figure, I think you people are able to see the figure also here. LM is given to be parallel to CB. LM is parallel to CB. And LN is parallel to CD. Okay, then let me, so to avoid confusion, so now it's very much clear, right? So that this line is parallel to this and this is parallel to this. Clear? Right. So now what we have to prove? Since these two are parallel, now observe the way you have to think. I am giving you the idea how to think first of all. Since this is given parallel to this, directly you are going to consider this triangle. This triangle. Can you see that? Triangle ABC you are going to consider. Since these two are parallel, you know that from basic proportionality theorem, AM by MB is equal to AL by LC. Clear, children? No doubt till here. So, next one. As this is parallel to this, these two are parallel. Now we are going to consider the triangle ACD. You are going to consider the triangle ACD. So, from this what you can say, AN by ND is equal to AL by LC. Very much clear. As you are looking at this one, in this triangle also you are getting AL by LC. In this triangle also you are getting AL by LC. Then obviously it means that you can equate AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. Right? So that is what here it is given. This is parallel to this and this is parallel to this. So from triangle ABC you can conclude AM by MB is equal to AL by LC. And from triangle ACD you can write AN by ND is equal to AL by LC. So done till here. Now what is our job? So what you have to do from 1 and 2. So we can say that from 1 and 2 you have, see, AL by LC is common in both. which means you can equate AM by MB is equal to AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. So this is how you are able to write. Now observe the picture carefully again. So till where did we come? AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. But what is asked in the problem? In the problem it is asked AM by AB. So here he is taking the complete side AB, and this is AN by AD. He wanted us to prove that AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. So, but what do we have in our hand? AM by MB we have. So, can you write MB in terms of AB? Yes, absolutely. From the diagram, MB is equal to, this is equal to AB minus AM. So, that is what we are going to write it here. So, that is AM by, right, AB minus AM is equal to AN by, right, what is the side? AD minus AN. Right, this is from picture, you can, from figure you can easily see this one. Right, now cross multiplying. So AM AD, AM into AD minus AM into AN is equal to AN into AB minus AM into AN. So you have minus AM into AN, minus AM into AN common in both. So cancel this one. So what do you have? AM into AD is equal to AN into AB. Now we will see what has to be proved. What should be proved? AM by AB is equal to. We want AM by AB. So now divide this by the AB you can say, or rather you can say cross multiplication. By cross multiplication, AM by AB is equal to, you have AN on LHS side, transpose AD here, AN by AD. So thus proved, hence proved. Okay children, so this is how you have to proceed. So take the screenshot. Here also, and copy the notes. Now moving on to the third problem. In the given figure, DE is parallel to AC. Please look at the figure carefully. It is given already, therefore I have put the arrow marks. If it has to be proved, I will not put the arrow marks there. So that difference, please keep it in your mind. Right, and also DF is parallel to AE. So for DF and AE I have given single arrow marks, and for DE and AC I have given double arrow marks, so that it will not let you confuse, right? Right. Now prove that BF by FE is equal to BE by EC. So this is what you have to prove. Now very easy. So since if you consider these to be parallel, that is DE, first one DE parallel to EAC. When these two are parallel, you have to consider the complete triangle, right? So that is BD by DA is equal to BE by EC. Children, please forget about these two now. Forget about these two. Focus only your vision on these two. Since these two are parallel, we are considering the complete triangle, and this line is the one which is dividing the two sides in D and at D and E. So therefore BD by DA is equal to BE by EC, right? So that is from basic proportionality theorem, right? Because these two are parallel. So that is from BPT. From BPT. Don't forget to write that one. Right, now again DF is parallel to AE. So you are going to take only this part of the triangle. You are not taking the complete triangle. This triangle you are taking. BFA triangle you are taking. So therefore BD by DA is equal to BF by FE. So that is also again from BPT, from basic proportionality theorem. So what is given from 1 and 2? It is very, very clear from 1 and 2. You have BD by DA common in both. So therefore BE by FEC is equal to BF by FE. So therefore that is what you are going to write now. From 1 and 2. BF by FE is equal to BE by EC. Hence proved. Hence proved. So this is how you have to prove. Very, very simple problem. So take the screenshot of it, problem in the diagram, and then the conclusion part. So moving on to the fourth one. Prove that a line drawn through the midpoint. That means here he is not giving any diagram. We have to draw it. So listen to the problem carefully. Prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side. So first understand, there is a triangle. Okay, I took a triangle here. And prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one of the sides. So let me say that this is the midpoint. So when I say that this is the midpoint, these two sides are equal. Right? So from this I am drawing a line. And how the line drawn should be? It should be parallel to another side. So therefore if I am drawing from here to here, it should be parallel to this. Or else if I am drawing from here to here, it should be parallel to this. Children, did you get the point? From this point, I can draw a line like this, or I can also draw a line like this. So let me take, for convenience, I am taking this line drawn like this. Right? And in which manner did we draw the line? This line is parallel to this. Okay, let me name the triangle. A, B, C, let me say D, E. Right, what is that we have to prove? We have to prove that this line is going and bisecting the third side, right? So from one side you are drawing a line parallel to another side. That means these two are the two sides what we are referring, and they should go and bisect the third side. So this is how the problem is given. Now once when you understand the problem and when you know how to draw the diagram, then your job is done, almost done. See, now here these two are given to be parallel. So when these two are given to be parallel, AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. Simply write it down now. So solution. So given DE is parallel to BC, isn't it? Because we drew it, right? So after drawing, it is what which is given, because this is how we are drawing parallel to another one, right? So therefore, AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. Right? This is from basic proportionality theorem. Right? From basic proportionality theorem. But AD is equal to DB. But AD is equal to DB since D is the midpoint. Since D is the midpoint. Is it not? So when AD is equal to DB, right, that means AE by EC is equal to AE by EC is equal to 1, implies AE is equal to EC. Therefore E is midpoint. Hence proved. Hence proved. So that means what is the conclusion that you have to write? That DE bisects AC. DE bisects AC. I am writing the conclusion here as I don't have enough place. This implies DE bisects AC. Right? DE bisects AC. Okay. So take a screenshot of this. And let's move on to the next problem. Right, prove that a line joining the midpoints. Already given that a line is joining the midpoints of two sides. Then obviously it should be parallel to the third side. That means converse of basic proportionality theorem. We can use converse of basic proportionality theorem. So let us draw the triangle. ABC I am naming it as. So here he is saying that there is a line which is passing through the midpoints of the two sides. Yes, very good. So D and E. Right, so since these two are like midpoints, AD by DB is equal to AE by EC is equal to 1, is it not? So because AD by DB, what is that equal to? 1. Hence, because AD is equal to DB. So since these two are equal, so this is given already. So therefore I am writing it. So these two are equal. Let me write like this. Right, so since D is the midpoint of AB, AD is equal to DE. And E is the midpoint of AC, therefore AE is equal to EC. Right? So now we have to solve this one. Right, D is given. What is given? D is midpoint of AB. So therefore AD is equal to DB. Very good. Or AD by DB is equal to 1. Right, next one. Also given what? E is midpoint of AC. So therefore AE by EC is equal to 1. Right, that is AE is equal to EC. Right, so now but from 1 and 2, it is very much clear that AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. So which implies that DE is parallel to BC. This is from converse of basic proportionality theorem. Since this is, if at all a line is satisfying this condition, then that line should be parallel to the third side. This is what the converse of basic proportionality theorem is. Right? So this is how it is. So take a screenshot of this. Fifth problem. Very, very interesting if you try to go step by step conceptually thinking the rules behind it. Really interesting subject. Take a screenshot of this. So with this, I'll stop the class.